Three figures descend the strange spiraling ramp into the ruins below. Purplish-red material of the floor and walls give off a faint glow, strengthened by sheets of some unidentified metallic substance. The team of Xeno-Wardens are bristling with anticipation and excitement. The chance to discover the ancient structures of a species that has long disappeared to the annals of history and time, urging them every step down. The ramp eventually gives way to a circular room entirely made of that same purplish material. The Xeno-Wardens carefully begin to explore the room, the android among them diligently taking notes and cataloging everything they see and find. The female Corlu looks back to the intern they brought with them. The human male is clearly in awe as he takes in the surroundings, reaching out to a transparent, cylindrical chamber filled with a blue plasma-like substance.
Mr. Man, do not touch anything. We are here simply to observe. These ruins are God knows how old, and we cannot disturb them.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry, dude. I'm just drawn to the energy, you know? Like, this is some heady stuff, dude. The Corlu relaxes a bit, knowing that the young man is just eager. He has been an incredible student, and has even brought a sense of heart and compassion to this team that was, to be frank, a bit lacking with the android as her only teammate.
Of course, Weldy, I feel it too. Just be careful, please.
I will be, Tala, I will. Tala looks at Weldy for a while, sensing a bit of defiance there, but Weldy has been nothing but respectful to her position as team leader, so she turns back to the technology panels that line the strange walls, trusting that Mr. Man will keep his hands to himself. After a few minutes, Tala and Ariad N5, the android, are able to engineer the door open into the main chambers of this buried facility. While there is all manner of technology here, it is all dormant as if the site had been cut off from its power source. The Xeno-Wardens press forward into the alien chambers. The door opens into a large circular hall with several doors to choose from. Tala leads them through the southern door, and after a few more minutes of using the batteries they brought with them to provide power enough to open their passage, they step into a large space that looks like it may have been a medical lab of some sort. 3 cryo-storage cylinders sit in the middle of the room, caked in what must be millennia of dust. Tala can sense a strange feeling here, though she can't quite suss it out. She looks over her shoulder for Weldy to come forward and use his mystic senses, but when she turns around, he is nowhere to be seen.
Mr. Man? Weldy? Weldy?
The young human bounds around the curved hallway with a sheepish grin on his face. Sorry, Tala. I got distracted. Look at all the ruins on the hallway. Do you see them? I think that these may be similar to the inscriptions that were found on the Drift Rock in Stellar Degenerator a few years ago.
Weldy, that is indeed fascinating. But please stay close. While this facility seems long dormant and abandoned, I fear that something may still reside. Even if not, this is an archaeological site now, and protocol must be followed.
Of course. I'm sorry.
It's okay, Mr. Man. Now that you have joined us, can you sense anything here?
The mystic closes his eyes and reaches out with his feelings for a moment. Tala always admired Mystic's connections to the ethers of sense and feeling, and she had to admit, Mr. Man has shown great aptitude for this particular skill of empathy and intuition. Weldy's eyes open in a start, and sweat beads on his brow.
Tala, we should avoid those cryogenic pods. Seriously, dude, that is some bad juju over there. Noted.
While the Corlu put out a presentation of collected calm, she was starting to get a feeling in her gut they were in a much more dangerous situation than she initially had anticipated. However, she was chosen as leader of this team for a reason. She is tenacious and determined.
Ariad, what about you? Do you see anything here, or should we explore the rest of the facility?
The android coldly surveys the room, adjusting their vision receptors to a highly advanced scan setting. Tella can tell that Weldy is feeling the dread too, as he starts shifting his stance and humming, a tic that Tella has noticed he does when he feels nervous. After a few moments, the android turns to Tella. Scans show that there is a hidden egress in the southeastern corner of this room. I am picking up significant technological routings behind that door. It is as if all the cables and networking leads from that room. Tella thinks for a moment and then decides that the team should explore this new area. She will pull them out for the day after this, but it sounds like they may have found the central control center for this facility.
Okay, team. Let's take Mr. Man's advice and keep as much distance between ourselves and those cryotakes as possible. Hug the walls and head towards that secret door.
Should I activate these invisibility spheres?
No, not yet, Mr. Man.
Clearly disappointed, but without argument, Weldy joins the android in the Corlu as they make their way towards the hidden door. The android is able to open the door fairly easily, though they make a few concerning whirs and hums as they do.
Is everything okay, Ariad?
Yes, though I think with power, this door could be quite dangerous. As it stands now, though we should be, the android opens the door. Fine. Tella and Weldy let out a breath of relief and step into the room. Unlike the rest of these rooms, this chamber is made entirely of metal and is absent of the purplish-red material. There are panels and consoles on all of the walls. However, a hexagonal workstation commands the attention of this room. Each of its 6 sides consists of a panel of switches, buttons, and keys. The 3 Xeno-Wardens begin to explore the room in awe, each making notes on their datapads. An hour or so passes as they conduct their research. Weldy has put in some earbuds as he works, jamming out the latest drop from DJ Trev. The Mystic misses his friends, Trev most of all, and wonders what new planet Captain Fritz is taking them to and exploring, or what new adventure they might be enjoying. Weldy's eyes begin to cross as he works, and the length of the day starts to catch up with him. He takes his earbuds out, yawns, and stretches his arms a bit. He just needs to sit for a moment. He moves over to the workstation, and while there isn't a typical chair per se, there is a small bench in the middle. He sits down and props his feet up on the console. As soon as the heel of his foot hits the panel, the entire room lights up with an orange glow as displays, indicators, and equipment activates. The Xeno-Wardens can hear the low hum of a generator powering up and various pieces of technological equipment coming to life.
What's happening?
She looks over and sees Weldy's feet on the console.
Mr. Man, move your feet!
But Weldy is already in reaction mode. He leaps from the workstation and runs to the door.
Weldy, stop!
The Mystic looks out into the medical bay and sees the cryogenic pods starting to hum as power returns to their battery cells. He steps into the bay, trying to sense any life from the pods, but he gets nothing. He turns around to re-enter the control room, but the door slams shut. He's about to try to open the door, but Ariad shouts through the walls. Mr. Man, do not move. Do not touch the door. Weldy stops in his tracks, him on one side of the door and his team on the other. I believe we may be trapped inside. There are biometric readers on this door, and I am quite certain that the probability of any of our DNA matching the required biology is slim to none. I do not know if the facility has fully come online yet. However, it is best not to risk it. Tella, I'm so sorry. I was just tired. I didn't think I didn't think anything would turn on just from sitting down. I'm sorry.
Mr. Man, take a breath. We are okay. There was no sign of any life when we did our initial scans of the area. We are going to be okay. I just need you to try to head back to the surface and radio to HQ that we need some extra help. Okay?
Okay, I got this. I will get you out of there, I promise. Weldy runs out of the medical facility, the fear of the cryopods building in the very bones of his body. He navigates the circular hallway back to the central core where the ramp that leads out stands in the center. However, the door to that exit has now been sealed shut, and Ariadne's warnings echo through Weldy's mind. Maybe there's another way out of here, he thinks to himself. He opens one of the other doors on the exterior wall of the hall, and it opens into another laboratory, though this one seems to be more Magitech focused. Maybe he can find something here that opens the doors. This does seem to be a lab focused on developing whatever ancient technology permeates this facility. Weldy steps into the room and begins to search, but within moments he hears the sound of grinding machinery. He looks towards the sound and sees a massive construct of metal and nanites forming together as the power to the facility continues to come back online. A scanner locks onto Weldy like a singular red eye as the nanotech golem forms a black blade in one appendage and some sort of cannon in another. Oh shit, dude. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Okay, get it together. Be like Mike. Weldy casts reflective armor on himself and pulls the sword that Titanium Mike gave him some 4 years ago and charges towards the machine. We fade to black, and neon purple letters we see form into the shot. Apollo Protection Agency, Season 3, Devastation Arc. Welcome back to Season 3 of the Apollo Protection Agency. How are y'all doing?
We're back!
Let's go!
We're back!
I am ready.
We.
The last prologue of the Apollo Protection Agency. What'd y'all think?
I personally think, Adam, you can probably squeeze another one in somewhere.
Yeah.
Each next book, that attitude,
do another prologue.
You know?
Yeah, prologue for each book. I think that's a solid approach.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was
Man.
awesome. I
Episode,
didn't.
really, why stop there? Don't let your dreams be dreams, you know what I mean?
That's true. I hope you got
Doing
one for the
Flash
next
Weldies
episode.
every episode.
Well,
Yep.
Weldy is just doing
Weldies.
like quantum leap type shit.
Right.
Poor Weldy.
no, man. I don't think
Mr.
Weldy's odds are very good. I'll be honest with you.
It's fine.
Surely he's out-leveled that sword.
It's leveled up with him.
sword or some shit.
He's made some adjustments. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's all right. He took the magic strikes feat, so at least it counts as a magic
Well,
weapon.
yeah, that'll help him a lot.
Yeah.
Against a robot, yeah.
Yeah. Just what he needs.
Who's to say that robot's not powered by magic? Who's to say?
I mean, true.
You got a 50-50 shot in Starfinder.
Right.
Something might be powered by magic, might be powered by technology.
Could be a hybrid
by
though.
both.
So
Could be both. Yeah, little column A, little column B, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man.
Are you guys excited for Devastation Arc? It's finally here. We're here.
It is finally here. It's kind of
it's happening?
crazy.
Yeah, it's time to be Avengers. First of all, are you glad that you aren't corrupted?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad all that stuff's over.
Yes,
Ironically, no. Like, I got to where I really liked my benefits from being
I was just about to tag on to that. Yeah, I miss Shadow Vault. That's the thing.
I don't miss mine. I don't.
Yeah,
I feel like I got the
particularly rough for
shittier
you.
end of that stick, you know?
Yeah.
But you embraced it so well.
Well, it's either embrace it or cry, So
Yeah. True.
why not both? Why not both? No, I'm super glad that we are done with. As much as I enjoyed Shadow Times, I'm glad to
Shadow
be
Times.
out of that.
Yeah.
Shadow Times.
Well, now we're in devastation times, so it can only be better now.
It's only going up from here.
It's like good enough for good times, sad enough for shadow times.
Right.
I mean, I'm interested in starting a new arc, seeing what's going on with all of it. And
Yeah, I really haven't given you guys much at all about what this is going to be. I mean, I think you got the idea that it's going to be. I keep saying Avengers level stuff, but that's just because you guys are high level at this point, and so. The encounters that you have are just that much crazier. But it's a very kind of weird action-based adventure. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm really looking forward to running y'all through it. And I'm also really looking forward to just seeing what high-level Starfinder play looks like, or high-level play at all, really, in any system looks like, because this is going to be the highest we've ever gone.
it is. Should be pretty neat.
Exciting and terrifying, just because there's so many things to juggle.
Right.
Thank God we're all great at math.
Yeah. And
It would be really tough if we were bad at math, wouldn't it? Yeah.
That'd be a real doozy.
Oh, man. Well,
Don't worry, folks. We got it covered.
Yeah.
Professionals.
Listen, if y'all will indulge me for what has become pretty standard here at STF, or at least APA, I'll say, is another cutscene.
Ooh-wee.
So y'all be careful. You might die in this cutscene.
If we're going to die, this will be where it happens.
This is going to
will
be
be
it.
it.
Yeah.
Good time.
We'll just hold hands like Thermal and Louise. What's her name?
I haven't seen that one.
Therma and Louise.
Therma and Louise?
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember now.
Thelma?
Thelma, yeah.
Therma and Louise.
What's funny is there actually is death in this cutscene. So I guess that's just how it goes. Here we go.
Every time.
So here we go. In a corner of the lush green landscape of Jatembe Park in Absalom Station, we are seeing a gathering of familiar faces. A small group of individuals stand in a circle in somber reverence around a titanium urn atop a pedestal. Noriko Zivarajni, Oren Vance, Felino Marana, and Kuiper Vargas are all looking to their friend, Michael Agamasan, as he prepares to speak over the ashes of his father, Rupert. Tiffany, Irio, Etram, and Uli, the little mother, are all standing at the edges of the gathering, mourning the loss of the kindly Vesk. Ziva had pulled some strings to reserve this part of the park, a perk that has come with her new focus on civil service as a representative on Absalom's city council. She'd spent a good bit of her time on the city council laying the groundwork for a potential campaign run for a position on the Pact World Council. In any case, she'd been able to secure a peaceful spot for Michael and the rest of the crew to send Rupert off properly. Listana Pools is at the Click Clack Club, preparing for the reception that is to follow Rupert's service. The cloned child of the tragically mad and evil Dr. Grigant had grown into a woman in these years, and under the care and love of Uli, her adopted mother, she has become quite well adjusted, all things considered. Uli had lovingly taught the child the normalcy of pain and how to deal with trauma and hurt healthily. She was going to be amazing at the task Ziva had in mind for her next. Still, Ziva is a bit nervous about the young woman's future, but the councilwoman knows it is mostly her own trauma at the root of these misgivings. Her experience with Dr. Grigant has left its scars. Ziva surveys the gathered group, and despite the circumstances that brought them here, her heart is filled to see everyone together again. She had not seen Kuiper since he left 2.5 years ago to fight a second war against the Swarm in the Susqueland system. While reports had come to her that the Susqueland Defense Force and their allies had defeated this new Swarm in their god host, it was still good to actually see Kuiper in the flesh again. She knew he had spent the last year in the Vescarium with Mike and Rupert, and she was glad to see the two of them truly bonded in friendship. Kuiper had also been acting as a spy master of sorts for Ziva, off the books, of course. His particular skills were extremely helpful in allowing Ziva to clean up the crime around her district, instrumental in her eventual election. She hopes that the Patra has found some time for himself, as he always seemed to be fighting someone else's battles. At least now, he seems to be glad to be here next to Mike, even if the reasons are sad. She looks to Orin, currently tracing glowing runes of constellations onto the urn, whispering soft blessings for Rupert's adventures into the afterlife. After surviving their imprisonment on the Shadow Plane, and particularly after cleansing the Hebraic temple, Orin has let go of a lot of the baggage that always seemed to weigh him down. He wasn't always a barrel of joy, but he engaged more with the staff of the pools and the APA with a renewed light in his eyes. He still preferred quiet meditation to lively parties, but now he seemed focused toward growth rather than regret. Ziva's eyes drift to Felino. She hadn't seen the Verthani in a year. He had gone with Mike to the Vescarium, but it seems he had undergone his own type of transformation. When Fel told her he was going to visit with the CSV, or Tiberius, she was worried that they would lose him to D9, despite the mechanic's assurances that the APA and the Tracer were his home. Of course, it turned out to be a baseless worry, as he now stands before her, looking as if he has grown 2 sizes. The tallest ever, really. The new augmentations make the already tall Verthani even more towering, like a skyscraper of technology fused with toned muscle. His handsome features are only enhanced by his newfound confidence. Finally, Ziva looks to Michael. She missed him the most the last year, needing his jovial, no-nonsense outlook when things got messy during her election campaign. When Michael called her and told her that Rupert had died and that he was bringing his ashes back to Absalom Station, Ziva immediately made some calls to reserve the park. She had waited at the APA ship hangar for Michael and Kuiper's arrival, and as soon as that big old lizard stepped off the ship, she ran to him and threw her arms around his thick neck, sharing tears in each other's shoulders. Now, Mike stands in front of all of them, pulling out some cards, preparing to give a eulogy for his father. Ziva clears her throat to get the attention of the gathered, and they all look to Mike as he begins to speak.
I'd like to thank everyone for being here today as we remember the life of my father. Rupert Agamason was not your typical Vesk. In many ways, he was the opposite of what people associate with the Vesk identity. He was a scientist. He was a teacher. He didn't care about all that bravado and conquest and demoratosh bullshit, if you'll excuse my language. He cared about people, about helping people, and about being kind. He had a lot of patience. I guess if there was one thing I learned from my dad other than how to... I'm going to take that again, I'm sorry. I guess if there was one thing I learned from my dad other than how to weld pieces of armor together, it's the value of patience. You see, we didn't get a lot of time together in the grand scheme of things. The Aslanti made sure of that when they invaded the research station I grew up on. They took that life away. They killed my mother right in front of him. They made my father do their bidding and work for them after he had left the Vescarium to make his own life as a peaceful researcher. And he waited over half his life for an opportunity to get away, to take his life back, even if it couldn't be the same as it was. It's a strange and, if I were a religious fella, I'd say miraculous set of circumstances that put me in the same place as him. It was because of his patience that I got the privilege of helping save him. Not a lot of people get to rescue their dad, but if I'm being honest, it was him what rescued me. Once we got back to Absalom Station, we finally started to get to know each other, and I couldn't believe how normal he was. He was so cool and calm and funny. He was everything I could have hoped for in a dad. And then I went on vacation, and that turned into another galactic clusterfuck. I'd left him behind again. But he just waited it out. And after all I'd been through, he was so goddamn calm and friendly when I walked in that door. Even up till the end, he was like that. We got to spend the last 3 years of his life together, and the whole time I'm seeing him get old, I'm getting scared, getting mad and saying it's not fair, we didn't have enough time. The whole time he's just enjoying the ride, watching me get my ass kicked with a smile on his face. I'll always love him for that. His ability to never be in a hurry, to just be present and enjoy the privilege and honor of being with the people you care about. That's a skill most of us never master. It's tough to slow down in the face of time and injustice and loss. The universe is often a terrifying place, but I never once saw fear on his face. That's why, as far as I'm concerned, my dad's the toughest goddamn Vesk anyone's ever seen.
Shortly after, Captain Ziva and her team arrive at the Click-Clack Club, a bit puffy-eyed, but ready to celebrate the long life of the gregarious Vesk. Ziva eyes the reception area and the food spread and gives a smiling nod of approval in Listana's direction. The young woman beams in pride and continues her role as host by preparing the buffet for the guests. Ziva looks to Mike and sees that while the Vesk is putting on a strong smile, there is still a lot of hurt in his eyes. This is a wound that only time will heal. She knows that Michael is stronger than ever now, his time in the Veskarium, deepening his martial skills. Perhaps some time in the gym would help her friend work through his sadness. So, Heath, I'd like to take this time for you to talk about what you've been up to in the last 3 years, other than the trip to the Veskarium that we talked about in the interlude, and maybe talk a little bit about your level up to 13.
Yeah, prior to going to the Veskarium, Mike really threw himself into his work. He had a lot of guilt about having to leave the APA without its owner and leader for long periods of time, really without a lot of notice. So he's really trying to make up for that by, being there for day-to-day operations. And with the kind of collaboration that we have between the APA, the Pools of Paradise, and the Android Abolitionist Front, which we've kind of established they, whether on or off the books, are trying to go and free, peoples that are oppressed and in bad situations, particularly androids. So, to help further that endeavor, not only is he present and there when the APA and the pools need him, but he's actively training new recruits and making sure that they are up to snuff and that they understand what this job means and what it's all about. As I said in the interlude, he's kind of been playing drill sergeant for a couple of years before going to the Veskarium. And that made it very easy to justify a couple of things from his level up. He got a new primary fighting style technique and a new secondary fighting style technique.
Oh, wow.
So the one from Armor Storm at level 13 is Mobile Army. So you get extra damage with weapons integrated into your armor. And when you're in heavier powered armor, you get a +2 to KAC against combat maneuvers. And then his secondary fighting style is Squad, which is the more like support the team kind of fighting style. And he got quick backup. So as a full action, he can move up to twice his speed and make an attack versus a creature that's threatening an ally.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just saying that's going to be pretty useful, I think.
Right. Well, and I love that one because it's like he sees one of his allies are in danger, and even if he's not nearby, like he can run double his speed and still make an attack on him to intercept,
Yeah, like rolling low on initiative isn't as big a deal for you now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, that's pretty great.
Well, and then he also, being a soldier, got a feat. And all of these work for justifying, or they could be justified by him training all these recruits and stuff and having to show them how it's done and doing all this training. So he also took Lunge. So now he can, for -2 to his ACs, he can basically get reach. He can get an extra 5 feet of reach on his attacks.
Oh, fuck.
So,
me.
Again, another thing where he can, like, get in there even when he shouldn't be able to and take an attack on somebody, particularly, like, when they're going to be doing damage to his allies.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, it sounds like Mike has really been making sure that the APA is really being at the top of its game. And I think that it's worth noting that, within this 3 years, the APA and the 5 of you are all like galactically famous now. You guys have achieved a level of notoriety that is beyond just being famous in Absalom or even the Pact Worlds. Obviously people have heard about you in the Vescarium now, and there's all your businesses have grown, and the APA is not just an office on the corner of a street somewhere. It's a full armory, warehouse, and hangar, and training facility, and that, you're supplying, the APA is supplying like soldiers and bodyguards to the stewards and to the android abolitionist front. Like it's a pretty incredible growth, and I just want to make sure that is kind of known and recognized. Is that all you had, Heath, for your little level up there?
Yeah, other than skills and stuff.
Oh,
another thing is I spread out some skills. I normally try to hyper-focus, but I got a few that I didn't have any points in because I have that mercenary thing where I auto-succeed on checks to aid. So I've got 2 or 3 more things I can aid on now.
That's awesome. Ziva then looks to Orin and is thankful for the Mystic's calming presence here. Over the last 3 years, they have bonded to a level of trust and understanding that Ziva had not thought possible. Zach, why don't you tell us about Orin and what he's been up to?
Yeah, Orin's still, based out of Absalom Station, right? So he never, went off to the Vescarium or anything. So he's still done work for the APA, for, the AAF, as needed, flying runs, that sort of thing. But, whenever he's not required to do something, he's spent a lot of time traveling around to, various Hebraic temples, kind of spending time, learning more about the science of his faith. I think, though, that he's not very satisfied with how traditional Hebraic study is, right? Because he's not so much a hard science guy as he is, the mysticism, right? The feel of the mysteries of the cosmos. But, it's important for him to learn, to study, to grow. He spends a lot of time just drifting in space, right? Just finding a good spot, chucking himself out the airlock and just letting it ride. It's how he unwinds. It's how he centers himself. And so, little this, little that. But he has picked up some new spells, new skills. He's getting stronger. Much like Mike, being, a somewhat competent melee fighter, he also took lunge. Great feat to take, by the way, Heath. That's a love
nice. Lunge, bros.
Lunge, absolutely, yeah. We're threatening at 10 feet. Forget about it. But he's got some new spells as well. Some of them are really cool. I don't want to spend a bunch of time going over them, but they are very cosmic,
for when
very
it's going to be
epic.
flashy.
Yeah, very helpful for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Zach. Glad to have Orin back in the main party, I'm sure. I know you got a little taste of it at the end of last season, but
yeah, it's been about 6 months not getting to play my character.
Yeah. Well, now the captain turns her attention to Kuiper, and a wry grin graces her face. A face that, though aged, is still more beautiful than ever. She is glad to see him here, not only for Michael's sake, but her own. Having her information gathering agent here always made her feel a bit more safe. So, John, want to talk a bit about Kuiper and what the last 3 years in your level up looks like?
Yeah, so Kuiper is a little bit more at ease. He seems to not be carrying as much baggage around lately. And part of that is because of his time over the last 3 years aiding the Sicilian Defense Force. This took place prior to his training with Mike in Viscarium. But he wanted to re-enlist just in effort to keep those who are going to experience what he's experienced or prevent them from experiencing what he's experienced, you know? And in that, he was able to really conquer his fears of that menace, and as well as through that time managed to expand his fighting capabilities and is embracing his soldier roots a little bit.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Does that mean a soldier level?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Oh, shit.
Getting mechanically, yes. So that makes 3 levels into soldier. So he's got a gear boost and everything. And along with this, he, with his strengthened bond, Kuiper has also requested Titanium Mike to fashion his new set of armor, obviously well before all of this. So. But as far as any kind of feats or anything, I'm leaving that for later effect.
Okay, no problem. Well, it sounds like Kuiper's been pretty busy, so curious to see what new tricks this cat has learned. Ziva then walks over to Fel and slides an arm into his, giving him a loving wink as she does. The two nod at each other, knowing that words are not needed to express the joy of having each other there. So Josh, we talked a good bit about your rebuild in the interlude, but what else has been going on with Fel in the last 3 years? Anything particularly of note about the Epic Tracer? And did you remember to call your mom?
So better than calling his mom, he actually went back and spent some good time with him. Like an actual true vacation with them at home with them for about 3 or 4 months
on the farm.
Actually, yeah, on the potato farm. Yeah,
it's awesome. How was that?
Difficult. Yeah, it made the black site seem like a cakewalk in comparison.
Did you help Frank with his crosswords?
Yes. Yeah, of course. Of course he did.
That's good.
Of course he did. But no, after spending some much deserved and much needed time off, got in contact with Tiberius and worked with D9 on various ships and kind of was learning and figuring out things to do and what to do, and ended up doing some work on the Tracer itself with them. And eventually approached Tiberius and asked him about having some massive augmentation work done, like major reconstructive type surgery that we talked about a bit in the interlude. So it's a bit weird for me though, because I'm going from what was a level 10 character to now a rebuilt level 13 character. So the comprehensive like level up talk would be that'd be a Tom talk in itself.
Right. Maybe that would be a good Tom talk.
Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't think about that.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, I'm very proud of you for spending time with your parents. As difficult as that must have been, you've bought yourself a whole adventure's worth of time to not call them. So good job. The rebuilt Fel is incredible, and I can't wait for you to show him off in this adventure. The Epic Tracer is always awesome. You don't have to go through the whole build. Is there one thing that you want to talk about, or
it's tanky as fuck now? Like, it's got Heath, what was it? The shields were 420, I think, total.
Yeah. Our between all four, they add up to 420.
Nice.
Cool.
He said that was a possibility. I was like, yeah, let's go. And I was like,
nice.
Does it cost 69 build points?
Nice.
It did not.
It did not.
Oh.
No.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, one other thing with Fel, that amount of surgery and the time that it took for that, the recovery was probably, I'd imagine a year plus in itself, as invasive as it was.
Yeah, well, you did spend that year in Tiberius's lab going through the physical therapy to get adjusted, and recover from all that. One thing I do want to talk really quickly about the Epic Tracer is that it does have the rune drive in its engine bay. And what that means is that once per, I will say, week, Xeno, which is also, in a manner of speaking, part of the Epic Tracer, can activate the rune drive to create a temporary portal between planes.
No big deal.
Which was
MBD.
demonstrated also in the interlude. But your ship is extremely valuable and extremely rare. The Epic Tracer is, and in its rebuilding, once it was excavated finally from the mountains of the dark side of Verces, it got a total refresh. And I also just want to take this opportunity to shout out to Sput.
Big shout out to Sput. Yeah.
We got a refreshed map too. And truly, it's on the Discord. You guys have had the opportunity to look at it.
So good.
For your characters, this ship is now pristine and truly you're home away from home in a lot of ways. And it's a really, really, the Epic Tracer to me is the sixth character of this party,
For sure.
So yeah, I just wanted to kind of touch on that real quick. So finally, after giving her affection to all of her closest friends, Noriko Zivarajni prepares herself to stand at the receiving line to welcome the guest. She reflects inward now and chuckles to herself at the amount of growth and trust that has developed among the APA. So Emily, by now, you know the drill. What has our fearless captain been up to for the last 3 years?
So most of the crew hasn't been around the captain. So Ziva sort of decided to turn her interests to a more broader scope. Not just focusing on the pools, not just focusing on the APA, but on Absalom Station, the Pact Worlds. Just a big eye. Okay, she's got a big eye right now. So we've gone into politics. Over the past couple of years, Ziva used a lot of her information, a lot of the information that Kuiper had helped to garner for her, and also just being a good steward, not a steward, but a steward of, you know what I'm saying? Of Absalom Station in general. Managed to become elected as a councilwoman for, I believe that the term is the Syndics Guild. Is the official neighborhood-based council. So that is what she's been doing for the past year, is specifically working as a councilwoman for the Ring District. So not being able to put in as much time at the pools as she used to, she stepped away from kind of some of her more hands-on duties that she used to have at the pools. Just a few of her clients have had to find new madams, and she feels kind of lighter for it in a sense. Even though the amount of responsibility has grown with her new role, it feels like she's able to do more. She's also been kind of focusing a little more inward. She's used a lot of some of the tactics and suggestions that Oren has instilled in her from Hebraic teachings to help kind of meditate and focus inward on some of the major issues that she faced during their time in the Shadow Plane. She is a lot better. She definitely still has a few scars, and you'll probably see some of her coping methods as we move through this the next few episodes. But as far as level up kind of specifics. As she's been working on her political career, so too has her diplomacy increased. In that, I now have my expertise die went from a 1d6 to 1d8 plus 2, and I now can use that towards diplomacy. So it's one of my 7 different things that I can use.
Just rolling that extra D8 on top of your already extremely high diplomacy.
Yeah,
Cool.
Like you do. Now,
that's going to come in very useful, and I think that it's very appropriate for Ziva. I love the idea of Ziva the politician, especially after the events of Signal Screams. I don't think the Madamery would hold the same appeal.
Yeah.
After all, everything that you went through,
Absolutely. And then the last kind of thing that I'll touch on is the feat that I chose. It may seem really simplistic, but it's called Soothing Telepathy. And essentially, your psychic ability bolsters your mental defenses, and you can extend that strength to nearby allies. So after all of the shit that they had to deal with in the Shadow Plane, all of the mental anguish and bombardment that they went through, she wants to be able to shield her allies and comfort them as much as possible. So essentially it creates a +2 insight bonus against saving throws against mind affecting effects. So just,
awesome.
Looking out for everybody.
I just want to say I'm really all about this Tommy Shelby arc that Ziva is on. I think that's super cool.
Yeah.
Going from mobster to politician, I'm about it.
It's, heartwarming and stuff.
Yeah, it's so wholesome.
Wholesome.
Thank you. Is that you?
Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, after some time at the wake, Ziva, you're standing at the front door kind of receiving area of the Click Clack Club, and you see 2 unfamiliar faces approach the entrance. One, a beautiful half-elf with flowing white hair and angular features. The other following close behind, impossible to miss with their draconic build and beautiful white wings. And I got a handout for you guys here that you may be a little familiar with.
I am familiar with that.
We'll see if you remember, but I'll press forward. Ziva straightened her vest as they approached, wondering what this half-elf and dragon kid could possibly want at this time. As they neared, she could sense that they were worried and anxious, but clearly uncomfortable disrupting such a personal event. Ziva put on a smile and reached out a hand to greet this pair.
Greetings, Councilwoman Ziva. My name is Delphi Morganhouse, and this is Yavarik Star Eater. We're so terribly sorry to disturb you here. In fact, we're only here now to ask for a meeting with you and your team. We felt we needed to speak face to face to impart the importance of this matter, but we do want to respect the circumstances of this wake. Again, I am terribly sorry to intrude, but it's quite important.
And so, I imagine the 2 of you talk. Ziva, what's your response to this? Do you arrange a meeting, or do you talk to the rest of your group? Or
So I feel like, now that everybody's kind of back, I feel like, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but there's an integrated APA, Pools of Paradise calendar kind of type thing. We all have access to each other's calendars. And Ziva would kind of look around at the room and really not want to bother the rest of the crew with this. Especially not really knowing any of the specific details, but seeing how nervous the pair are. I mean, she'd pull up her comm unit and, let's see. The earliest we have available is tomorrow, just after noon. I believe I can get all of the crew to be present. Is that soon enough?
Yes, that's be wonderful. Thank you so much. Yes, we'll leave you to it. Again, I'm terribly sorry for your loss, and we very much look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you.
So we'll kind of snap forward to the meeting hall at the Pools of Paradise, the conference room, and you are all gathered there. and you all see this beautiful half-elf woman and her dragonkin. They're soul bonded, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, soul bonded dragonkin, and they stand before you.
Greetings, members of the Apollo Protection Agency. Thank you for taking the time to meet with Yvarik and I. I'll get right to the point. Yvarik and I are Xeno Wardens, and we are part of a joint project with Abadar Corp and New Horizon Resorts. You may know that Abadar Corp has recently acquired New Horizon from Eclipse Innovations, as more damning evidence has surfaced of their involvement in the events of the Penumbra release 3 years ago. Events that I know you all had first-hand experience with. I am glad to see that you are all here because we need your help. New Horizons is developing a winter resort on the planet Jeddarat. Something I'm sure you are all also aware of. What you may not know is that as construction and terraforming efforts progressed, ancient ruins were discovered just under the surface. At this discovery, the Xeno Wardens were called in to assure that the ruins were treated properly and studied with respect. Most of the ruins were long abandoned and have proven fruitless in any meaningful research. However, recently there was a team sent to a new ruin site, and this one was not empty. A large spiraling tunnel led down underground, and a Xeno Warden team was sent in to investigate. Unfortunately, something happened down below, and the ruins technology came back online, causing utter chaos on the surface of Jeddarat. Now, I know the idea of going to another resort to investigate another strange occurrence is probably the last thing that any of you want to do, but we need you, and I think you'll want to go because one of the team members is someone you know. A mystic named Weldy Man.
Emily, take an inspiration for doing that for me. I appreciate it. And now I'll let you guys talk amongst yourselves about this mission that's been presented to you.
Man, I just have to say that Weldy's last name still absolutely kills me.
Every time.
Like, my mic was muted, but I was like out loud, just like...
Just dying. Just dying. Oh, agreed. Well, shit, y'all.
And I will say that's the extent of what Emily knows.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about the yet another resort.
Yeah.
Considering how the last one turned out.
Here's another detail that she would, of course, let you all know. There's 100,000 credit reward, I guess, for doing the job.
Well, shit, Adam, that's all you had to say.
Yeah. We good now. Shit, when do we leave?
That's chump change.
Yeah.
For each of us, right?
No.
No.
okay.
Oh, yeah, well,
Okay,
no.
Gotcha.
Never mind.
How much is Weldy really even worth? Because I haven't seen him in like 4 years.
Certainly not that much.
I don't even know Weldy.
Who is this Weldy? Oh, fuck.
We've got to go back and get my sword. Don't worry about Weldy. I need that sword back.
I'm
Deal
pretty
with
sure
the
you all
boy.
leveled that shit, that sword.
I'm pretty sure he has by now as well.
Okay.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna say no. I've been itching to try out all all my new tricks, and who knows, maybe something might come up while we're there.
Please don't tempt fate.
Look, I don't want it to, but like,
But you kind of do.
but I wouldn't be mad about it if it did. You know what I'm saying?
I think Orin's
Want me to
curious.
sit there and do nothing?
Yeah. Orin's curious, like, what happened to the kid?
She tells you that they are still trapped in the ruins, that a force field of sorts covered over the top that leads down and nobody's been able to get in. And it's been very difficult because shortly after everything activated, Jeddarat's weather systems went insane. and it's now been a full-on blizzard there non-stop ever since this happened. And it's kind of screwed with all their terraforming and construction technology, and they haven't been able to get in.
Where is Jettaret?
I don't know.
Is it in the vast or like?
No, I think it's in near space.
We need coordinates.
You do. She does give you the coordinates. It says right here that they give you the coordinates.
Oh,
Okay.
excellent.
That's
Okay.
handy.
Okay.
That's
All right.
good.
Perfect.
Well, look, loath as I am to willingly go to another fucking resort, we are the Apollo Protection Agency, and this is Weldy, man. We should go. We should definitely go save him.
Yeah,
know,
if not
I've been-
us, who else?
I've been getting itchy feet. Is that right? Is that how you say in patois?
I don't think so, Kuiper.
I don't
I
think
le-
it's
I
easy
left
feet,
the
but I
cream
like
for
it.
that in the other room. I
Just
can
pee
go
on
get
your
that.
feet in the shower, mate.
Oh well. Regardless, it would be nice to be back with the crew. So you can cut me in.
Been a while since we've had a good old-fashioned romp, huh?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I'm ready to try out this new Dashko after a year of training. He, picks up his badass flame Dashko off his back.
He is quite lethal.
I've got the third tooth.
Right.
Right.
So she'll tell you that. I assume. So you guys are going to take the job,
Obviously.
or
Nah.
or we're just
No,
going to
let's-
end season 3
You
right
know
here.
what?
Season
That's
3,
it.
you know what? Let's run a bar. Let's derail the whole campaign.
Yeah, exactly. Let's run the tavern. Come on.
We purchased the Click Clack
Yeah.
Club.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We want to get really in-depth with Click Clack Club management.
I've decided. Let's just make the entirety of Absalom Station a bar. There you go. We're doing it.
Mike gets really introspective at the wake and is just like, you know what? This place is really nice. It means a lot to me. I
Maybe
think
I
I
should
want to
buy
spend
it.
the rest of my life here.
Yeah, exactly. His golden gloves, like over the bar. Black and
Yeah,
white
definitely
picture,
changes it to a boxing themed bar.
So Delphi tells you that the person to the liaison that you'll meet there is a woman named Esafina Knott, and she is the Abadar Corp liaison there. She mentions that she's a stern but caring woman who is eager to try to save these scientists. She certainly doesn't want their deaths on her, not just because she's responsible for this project out here, but also just because she's a empathetic person. It has been about a day, well, I guess 3 days at this point, because they rolled well on their drift travel. And the good
Handy.
thing about Absalom Station is that it's,
Starstone. Yeah.
Right, right. Which is the core of it. And good thing about y'all is that you have the rune drive, which will allow you to move at a pretty fast clip through the drift. So you could get there in a short amount of time. And because you guys have built up the APA so much, and because Ziva is has a lot of connections, and Pools of Paradise has continued to rake in the funds, you all have also upgraded your gear. And what I want this to be is I want you guys to imagine yourselves like strapping up, like a montage of everybody just like real close-up shots of them, like you guys putting on your armor and holstering your weapons and everything. And I want to say what this means mechanically is that I basically let you guys re-outfit yourselves as level 13 characters by wealth. So you were given whatever that wealth amount was to kind of just get what you wanted. And so everything that you had on before, I didn't have you sell it. I assumed that went towards the APA and the armory there, and building up the supplies that you need for the people that you employ there. So real quick, I don't want to spend 30 minutes going through everything on your sheets, but let's just quickly talk about what you're most excited about with your new gear. Let's start with Heath.
Yeah, so, I mean, in this, like, training, or not training, but gearing up montage, Mike would definitely be going over all the, intricacies, making sure everything's good on his armor and particularly on Kuiper's armor, which he helped build. But for himself, he actually streamlined a lot. I got rid of a bunch of stuff because I had, my inventory had gotten quite bloated. So we slimmed down and I just have a Dashko and a fist, and on my new armor that I built for myself based on the Inheritor's Grace 2, which is badass, I integrated rocket pauldrons, so he has a big gun integrated into the armor on his left shoulder, so he won't have to use his hands to fire guns, so he can always have either his Dashko or his fists ready. And the big thing, because I'm an armor storm, was I have a lot of space to put armor upgrades in. So I put an auto CPR unit in, so if I get in a situation where I'm about to die, my suit will, give me one more chance. It'll put the old paddles on the chest, so to speak. And I got a force pack, so I have a fly speed.
Nice.
And then I still have Juggernaut boosters that helps my my combat maneuver stuff. And I got an electrostatic field Mark III, so I have resistance to electricity, and when somebody hits me, they get damaged by electricity.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool.
Yep.
Little shocking titanium now.
Right,
Love
and
it.
then of course I have a level 14 flame Dashko with the ghost, and I put that old ghost killer on it so it can hit incorporeal.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. All right. Well, let's see if John can follow my instructions and not list everything that you got. John, what did you get? What you got on your equipment upgrades here?
So I feel like something that feels like it'd be considered very typical of Vescarium. The armor that Kuiper requested of Mike to create. It's kind of a symbolism. It symbolizes a declaration of his conquering of his fears, and that he's claiming it in the form of armor. So what this is, he is equipped with Vivisector Exochitin.
What the hell?
Yeah. So how I imagine he would be gearing up is you can see this gear, which is just a carbon fiber fabric with the Agamasan hex weave. That's overlaid by polymer plates, reminiscent of chitin, along with
chitin to be specific.
Yeah. Reminiscent of chitin, along with a faceplate that evokes the visage of a Thresher Lord. So Kuiper is looking especially more buggy lately, and it's really
So you're Ant-Man.
Yeah. There you go. I mean,
Ant-Cat Man.
Yeah, Ant-Cat Man. I am Bugman. And along with that, he's got his trusty skip shot pistol and Gale baton, which is, I guess, a physical analog of a Solarian's weapon, which is really fucking cool.
Nice. Excellent. All right, Zach.
Okay, well, Orin is understated, if nothing else, right? He's got his armor, which is just like a flight suit, a D suit, that he wears underneath his traditional Hebraic robes, right? Obviously, he's going to put on his trusty old red cloak before he heads out. Put his bandolier over that. It has the, back holster. He'll put his sidearm on, in his holster on his hip. Put his knife in his boot. Grab his satchel, and then he'll reach down and grab his brand new advanced seeker rifle that he had custom made. It is reminiscent of his lost Evelyn, but is not, obviously. It is superior, though, in basically every way. And
does it have a name carved into it?
We'll talk about it later.
All right.
We'll talk about it later.
All right.
Its name is Weldy.
It's definitely not weldy.
It's 100% weldy.
It's certainly not weldy. But
okay.
Orin,
That sounds
he's
good.
outfitted and ready to go.
Excellent. All right, Fel. What are we looking at?
So I'm gonna do what you asked. I got a better gun, better armor. Next person.
Take an inspiration, Josh.
Oh my god.
No, I'm kidding. So I did do both of those things. But yeah, Fell's armor this time around looks a little bit more, think Destiny Titan,
Okay.
or kind of Spartan-esque from Halo. It's heavy armor, so it looks the
Potato,
part.
potato, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like the back at the farm. But the biggest thing is that I finally wisened up and added a conserving fusion to my
There you
weapon.
go.
Which, considering how I'm going to be playing this, is going to be very important for shots that don't hit to not expend crap loads of ammo.
That's awesome.
And then the ones that do, But yeah, 19-notch plasma fork is the rifle, or the plasma rifle. And the armor is a Calo Encounter Suit 3.
Wow.
With mobility enhancer, silicon armor casing, which is kind of neat. We'll get into that later. People listening, I'm sure you can look it up. And then a thermal capacitor, because I had a little bit extra change to spare.
Well, it's good that you got it, considering you're going to a frozen, blizzard-infested, or run-over planet.
When you said that, I was looking at my character sheet, or looking at the armor specifically. I was like, ooh, happy mistakes.
Yeah. All right, well, that leaves the captain.
So Ziva's armor, I will say, has a lot less ornate embellishments than it used to have. It's brand new armor. It is Shift Skin 2. And I got jump jets added to it because, jump jets. But the big thing for Ziva is her sword. Inevitable Downfall has been with her for a while now. But just as she's grown, she needs the sword to do some growing as well. So over the course of time, while we've been, apart, she went and had the sword melted down and used it, as well as Inubrix, to be remade into an ultra-thin curved blade.
Oh, shit.
And it's got, let's see, like 4 different fusions on it. I got real excited about the fusions.
When I was putting it in, it's like it's like 5 descriptors before you actually get to the blade part.
Oh my
of it.
gosh.
It's impressive. I'm going to keep the fusions to myself.
Okay.
But just imagine, she's suiting up. It's a very, very sleek armor. And she pulls her sword up and attaches it to her back. And
Let me ask you this: are you still calling it Inevitable Downfall, or you got a new name brewing?
So this is kind of the way Ziva sees it. She's still Ziva after she was remade. So is the sword.
Okay, I like it.
Because it's made from the same metal, the
Right.
base metal. So it's just become better.
Just become better. Love it. We see the APA all decked out in top tier armor and weaponry, and just looking shiny as all get out, and truly looking like a strike force of immense power and capability. Long gone is the uncertainties of Season 1. Long gone is the inner turmoil of Season 2. We are looking at a proud and confident and connected team, ready to take on a new mission. You guys are at the hangar of the APA, the shared hangar of the APA and the Pools of Paradise, and per usual, Little Mother likes to see the crew off when they leave. And so the 5 of you are there with Uli, being all motherly. You be careful and come back and all that kind of stuff. You guys want to do anything before you get in the ship, or?
So kind of as everybody's getting on the ship and preparing to leave, Ziva would turn and sort of out of a pouch along her belt, pull out a set of keys, very kind of ornate keys, and would kneel down so that she's at eye level with Uli.
Little mother, You've taken care of this crew, the pools, of me. You have held our family together in so many ways. And I know that you will continue to do so, regardless of whether I am here or even involved. The pools are yours. Take care of them as you take care of everyone else. I love you, Uli.
I don't understand. They're just mine until you come back, right?
No. When I come back, I will have so much more to deal with on my plate with the elections and, getting on the Pact Council, because let's be honest, of course I will get on the Pact Council.
Of course you will, yes. I don't know what to say, Ziva. These are your pools.
No. They're ours, and you'll take care of them, as you always have. Keep an eye on Etram. He gets in trouble.
Uli kind of takes a second, kind of collects herself and stands up a little taller, a little prouder, and says, "Yes, madam. I will take care of the pools, and you are always welcome as my honored guest at Uli's Pools of Paradise."
She would kiss her on the forehead and get onto the ship.
I love you too, Ziva. Make sure I get that in there. I don't want to leave that hanging.
Is Lestana present?
Do you want her to be?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, sure. She's there.
Yeah. Mike, witnessing this or whatever, as they're about to load up, kind of walks over and just puts a hand on Lestana's shoulder and says, "You've grown, kiddo. You look great. Help your mother with her responsibilities."
I will, Mike. Thank you for everything. I will.
Yeah, it was my pleasure. I'll see you later.
Yeah, I'll be here. So you all board the Epic Tracer, Tier 13 Epic Tracer with the rune drive on it.
Yep.
And some badass rooms and cabins. And yeah, Zach, at this point, Oren can kind of gather everybody. Where do you want to gather them? In the arcane laboratory, or in your conference room, or in the lounge? In the movie theater.
Yeah.
The movie theater. The galley is fine, right? Like on the way to the bridge.
Yeah.
No particular necessary location, but Oren's like, "Listen, been a while since we all been together, and going out on another one of these missions again together, and I just want to do something. Should we get separated, or should discretion be required? Please gather around." And Oren would have everybody gather in a circle, kind of hold hands, and obviously, his telepathic and mystical powers have certainly grown. And as everybody gathers around, they kind of feel this energy pulsing between them. And Oren casts his mystic class feature, Telepathic Bond. So essentially, he links the entire party telepathically. We are now able to all communicate with each other telepathically over any distance as long as we are on the same plane. And I mean, for Oren, for Ziva, communicating telepathically is no big deal. They've done it for a long time, but I would imagine it's got to be a kind of a weird sensation when you hear Oren in your head say, "Did it work?"
Yeah, Mike, not at all familiar with this, is like, "Is this thing on? Does it work?"
Not out loud, Mike. Just think.
I was trying to think. And in your mind, you hear, "Is this thing on?"
And Orin kind of winces at how loud it is in his head. Yeah, it's on.
So wait, how do we choose when we do and when we don't?
It's about intention, Fel. Just reach out.
All right. Yeah, I think I can. Can we? Is it just words, or can we share pictures as well?
Emojis.
Emojis only, Phil. Should be no problem for you.
Yeah.
No, but it doesn't specify, right? It doesn't specify, like, you know, what you can share. It says communicate telepathically, so I'd imagine that would be your words, right? Okay. There's no special power or influence that's established as a result of the bond, but the duration is permanent.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
That is
Forever.
so wild.
yeah. Unless
so
I can
fucking
end it,
cool.
right? But I can, but there is no duration. There is no range. As long as we are on the same plane, anywhere in the material plane, regardless of distance, we can reach out to each other, and it works for everyone. Like we can communicate to everyone simultaneously, or to one individual, and that works for everybody. So.
Can you imagine how annoying that's going to get, like, after the adventure's over, when, like, Mike's in his workshop or whatever and just has a wild hair or a thought and is like, "Hey, Orin, you remember that movie we watched?"
Yeah. Orin would be like, "Listen, if any of you bother me while I'm sleeping, I'll find you, and I'll flog you. Better be important."
Ziva comes in, I'm like, "Oh, Orin, I didn't realize that you were into that. That's so interesting."
Yeah, all right, Cap.
So, Captain, you lead your team to the bridge of the Epic Tracer and give the coordinates to Orin that Delphi has given you for Jeterat. What do you say to your team as you embark on a new adventure?
Gentlemen, I don't know about you, but I'm happy to be back on board. I know that this reason for our journey is a bit somber, but once we get our sweet boy Weldy out of this situation, we can have a little bit of fun. I think we're due for that, yeah? But in the meantime, back to business. Orin, take us out.
Aye, Captain. And Orin will set controls.
And we'll see you.
Hey! Yes.
Oh,
Gang's all here.
gang's on